Hey class, welcome to Chapter 9, Section 2, Expansion Westward. Before we expand westward though, let's talk about America and some early conflicts with foreign nations. As you know, George Washington challenged America, stay out of foreign conflicts. Jefferson becomes president and he reduces our military. However, while America is sailing in the Mediterranean Sea, right along this area, all through the Mediterranean Sea, we are faced with some challenges from foreign nations. Here we have along the coast of North Africa are the Barbary states. And the Barbary pirates are located here in the Barbary states, these North African Muslim nations. And these ships here represent America. And as the Americans are trading in the Mediterranean Sea, we are trying just to trade goods. But these Barbary pirates, symbolized by the skull and crossbow here, they are making us pay money, pay a tax. We call that a tribute, just to trade in this area. Well, Jefferson says, no way, we're not going to pay you money just so that we can trade in this area here. And so war breaks out between these nations. And America, who's not really ready to go to war, stands up for itself and ends up, again, holding its own against these nations in a real impressive way. Now, the best thing that comes out of this, though, is that America really gains respect from foreign nations. Other nations see that you can't just push around the Americans. They're going to stand up for themselves. So here, the Barbary pirates, we hold our ground against them. We give them a little bit of money, but a lot less than they wanted, and we're able to keep trading. So, a pretty big deal for the Americans early on in our history. About westward, we talk about American expansion, we've got to talk about the Louisiana Purchase. This is a monumental purchase that America makes from the country of France. Notice this large piece of land all through here. This is the Louisiana Purchase territory. It is a massive region all through here. We're going to buy it. Notice how big it is. It is ginormous. How big is it? It is 529,911,680 acres. It is a phenomenal purchase, so much land. And while $15 million is a lot of money, it's not a lot of money when you're getting 529 million acres of land. So America makes this incredibly huge purchase. And let me tell you 4 things that made this purchase so significant. First of all, it doubles the size of the United States. If you look at this land here, it doubles the size of the United States. Secondly, it was cheap. It was cheap. Just 2.8 cents an acre. That is one amazing deal. Doubles the U.S., 2.8 cents an acre. And how did we acquire it? How many people died for this land? 0. There's no bloodshed. Phenomenal, right? And fourthly, it puts the United States in position to become a world power. Typically, world powers are large nations. It puts us in position to become a world power in the future. So Thomas Jefferson makes this purchase of the Louisiana Territory. And then he says, hey, I wonder what I bought. I want to get out there and I want to explore this land that I bought. So he's going to hire 2 men, Lewis and Clark. Lewis, pictured on the left, had been his personal secretary and aide. Clark was in the military with Lewis, and these 2 men create this group to go on this journey to explore the land. And there are 3 main purposes for this exploration. first of all is to discover, is there a water route that would go from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast? And in particular, they're hoping that they can go up the Mississippi River, catch the Missouri River, and hopefully will go all the way to the Pacific Ocean. We call that the Northwest Passage. That's the first goal. A second goal is while they're on their journey, they're going to discover and research the botany, the zoology, and the soil, the dirt of the land that they're going to. They want to see what's out there. They're going to send back animal specimens. They're going to send back pieces of the land and pieces of the dirt. And the third purpose is to see, do the British still have forts located in America? So the three main goals, again, of the Lewis and Clark expedition is one, to find that Northwest Passage, that water route that would connect the East to the West. Secondly, to study the zoology, the botany, and the geology. And then thirdly, to identify, were there any British still out there? So these guys get going on their way. It's them and a team of about 20 people. In the very first winter, they're going to camp at Fort Mandan up in North Dakota today. While they're at Fort Mandan, they're going to meet up with Sacagawea. Sacagawea is a young Shoshone Indian. She's actually pregnant when they get there. She gives birth to her child, pictured right back here. And Sacagawea, along with her husband, a man named Charbonneau. Charbonneau was a French trapper who married Sacagawea. She's like 15, 16 years old. And they ask, can she come with us? And Sacagawea is going to join them. She'll join them for the remainder of the journey and help them with making trails, talking to other Indian tribes, knowing what kinds of berries and fruits and nuts to eat. She's going to serve an invaluable role in this expedition, helping them make it all the way from Missouri to the Pacific Ocean. Unfortunately, they will discover there is no water route. There is no passageway between the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. The main obstacle is going to be the Rocky Mountains. They run, of course, north-south, cutting America in two. But she's a huge part of this Lewis and Clark expedition. And then one final thing I want to mention, section about America and kind of their foreign involvement, is a conflict between America and a key Indian nation led by Tecumseh, pictured here on the right. And he's just a name that's going to come up again. Make sure we get him. It's going to be the Battle of Tippecanoe. Tippecanoe is a river located in Indiana. You can see right up here. And the main military leader for the Americans is William Henry Harrison. Another name we're going to see again. And Tecumseh is not going to get killed in this Battle of Tippecanoe. America's going to win. And going to kind of burn down the Indian nation there, but they will. Tecumseh will survive. Puts William Henry Harrison on the map, and he's going to gain some fame from this, and will go on to greater fame in American history. So a lot going on. A couple conflicts with people. Battle of Tippecanoe, Battle of Tripoli, and the Louisiana Purchase, and then the Lewis and Clark expeditions. We go and explore this land.